Let's make a magic ring. And I like to do it straight on my hook like this. We're gonna place the tail end right here in front of the hook and keep our fingers there. And then I'm gonna twist this guy once over the other one. Just try to like have the loop larger like this. And then I'm just doing a regular chain. And this is the magic ring. Now, we're going to chain 1. And into the magic ring, we're going to do 6 single crochets. But I want to work with X's instead of V's for this amigurumi. And I'm going to do this. So insert my hook there, yarn under, pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull through the 2 loops. Okay, so we have 1 under, over, 2, under, over, 3, under, over, 4, under, over, 5, under, over, 6. I'm going to pull on this guy here, tighten the magic ring. We're going to go into this very first stitch here. And again, yarn under, yarn over once. And I'm going to use a stitch marker here. And into the same stitch, we're going to do another single crochet. And we're going to keep doing this around until we have 12 stitches. So 2 in each stitch around. For the next round, we're going to do 1 single, 1 increase. So let's do the first one. So we have 1 single here and place the stitch marker once again. And now we have 1 increase, which means 2 singles into the next stitch. And you should end with the increase now in this last stitch. And at the end of round 3, you should have 18 stitches. All right, let's start round 4. I'm going to start it with 1 single. Then we're going to do 1 increase. Now single in the next 2 stitches, increase, and we're going to keep doing this 2 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, increase until the end of the round. And in this last one, we're going to have a single crochet. I will meet you there. By the end of this round, you should have 24 stitches. Now we're going to do 4 rounds of single crochets, no increases, and we'll do 1 together, and then you'll do 3 more on your own, and I will meet you back. Always place the stitch marker at the beginning of the round. So this is one round and we need 3 more. Go ahead and do that and I will meet you there. Here I am at the end of round 8. And now I'm going to remove the stitch marker and I'm going to chain 8. So we're now going to work into the V's. We're going to turn our chain and work into those little bumps. I'm going into this second bump, yarn over, pull up a loop, and this loop I'm going to pull it through the loop on my hook. And this is a slip stitch. So we're doing 1, going into the next bump, and doing 2, and into the next bump, and we're doing 3. Now we're going to chain 3, and again we're going to turn and work the 2 slip stitches in those 2 bumps. So we're going to do 1, 2, and we're also going to be slip stitching in the same space right here. Okay, slip stitch. And we're going to repeat this one more time. So chain 3, turn, skip the first bump, slip stitch into the next 2 bumps, and slip stitch into the same space. And now we're going to slip stitch in these 4 bumps here of our initial chain. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we're going to slip stitch in the same stitch of our last stitch of the previous row. So slip stitch right there. Okay, so we have our half of the heart, and I have made another. And these 2 will end up together and form the heart. Now, you're going to do one where you're going to cut off the yarn, and you're going to do one where you won't cut the yarn. starting here, you're going to count your stitches 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And in this 12th stitch, you're going to place your stitch marker. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. There. And you're going to unite those two stitches with a stitch marker. And you're going to continue working here. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And when we reach this guy, we're just going to go through this one and this one at the same time. And you're going to skip the hand and keep working in this next stitch here. I'm going to skip those because we've already worked in here. $38, $39, $40, $41, $42, $43, $44, $45, $46, $47, and $48. All right, now we can remove the stitch marker. And we have this cutie pie. All right, for our next round, we're going to skip the little hand and go straight in here into this stitch. Whoopsie, whoopsie. Okay, we're gonna do this. And we're gonna have our little stitch right there. We're gonna mark it with our stitch marker. So we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're going to do our invisible decrease. And that is where we'll only be working in the front loops like this. So we're going to start our hook in the first front loop. And then we're going to go and insert it straight into the second one. Yarn under, pull through those 2 loops, yarn over, pull through those 2. And we have made our first decrease. Now we're going to keep doing this, 5 singles, 1 decrease, until the end of the round. Let's do one more together. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're going to do our invisible decrease over the next 2 stitches. So we have the front loop of this one, the front loop of the next one, yarn under, and yarn over. Keep doing this, and I will meet you at the end of this round. Here I am at the end of this round, and I have to do one last decrease over the last 2 stitches. So just go into the front loop, into the next front loop, yarn under, and yarn over. All right, and now we have 40 stitches. We're going to have 3 singles, 1 decrease, which is going to leave us with 32 stitches. Let's do the first single of the round. Place our stitch marker back. So 1, 2, 3. And our invisible decrease right there. So just the way I taught you before. And again, we have 1, 2, 3, and a decrease. So through the front loops of these guys. And keep doing this. Here I am at the end of this round, and I'm going to decrease over the last 2 stitches. And now we have 32 stitches. And now we're going to make a round of single crochets, and I will meet you back here. Now for this next round, we're going to do 1 single, 1 decrease, and then 2 singles, 1 decrease, and we'll have 1 single at the end. And we're going to have 24 stitches left. So let's do that. So we're going to start with 1 single. Which we're going to mark. One decrease. Now we're going to have single crochet in the next 2 stitches and 1 decrease. And we're going to do this until the end of this round. I've done my last decrease, and now I'm going to do my last single of the round. And now we have 24 stitches. And we're gonna do one round of 24 stitches, and I will meet you back. I am at the end of this round as well, and for the next one we're going to be decreasing again, and we're going to do one single, one decrease, and we're going to end up with 16 stitches. We're going to go and do our first single right there and place our stitch marker back. And now we're going to do the decrease. Through the front loops of the 2 stitches, yarn under, yarn over. And again, one single and one decrease. Keep doing this until the end of the round and I will meet you back. Here I am at the end of my round and I'm going to do my last decrease right here. And now we have 16 stitches left. We're going to start right here by chaining 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to turn this way. And we're going to slip stitch twice. So 1 and 2. Chain 2, slip stitch in the second one, and slip stitch back here in this one, chain 2 again, slip stitch here in the second one, and slip stitch into the same space here. And now we're going to slip stitch back up the leg. So we have one, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, and of course slip stitch back into the same stitch. Remove the stitch marker. Now we're going to be single crocheting in the next 8 stitches. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm going to single crochet in the 9 as well, and we're going to do the same thing. So do the second leg, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. single crochet in the last 7 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. How cute is this? All right, for the next round, we are going to decrease all around and we're going to be left with 8 stitches. So this is a good moment to actually stuff our little heart. Let me grab my stuffing and I will be right back. Okay, I think it's stuffed well enough. We're going to skip the leg and we're going to decrease over the next 2 stitches. Let's do our invisible decrease. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to skip the leg. 5, 6, 7, and 8. We're going to do a round of 8 single crochets. So 1, 2, 8, and we're going to use a little bit more stuffing. Now we can cut off the yarn. Pull it through. We're going to take a needle. We're going to sew this shut. Just lose our yarn inside the heart somehow. Okay. And this little end, we can push it inside. We will be adding cute little eyes. So I'm taking a darker yarn here. I don't need a lot. So we're gonna go, I want the eyes to be here and here. So we'll just go up there. Okay, I did this 5 times. And I will hide those little tails. So I'm just gonna hide this inside of the stitches. Just push it in there. All right. And I'm gonna do the same with this one. And we're gonna do the same on this other side as well. Okay, let's do the swing now. So we're gonna place our yarn end in front of our hook like this. Twist it around and do a regular chain. Now we're going to chain 100. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. After having 100 chains, we're going to do 10 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now we're going to go into the second chain from the hook and do a single crochet. And we're going to keep doing this until we have 10 single crochets. Now we're going to turn and work straight into that first stitch, a single crochet and 9 more across. Now, instead of turning this way and working our way back like that, we're going to slip stitch right here and slip stitch into this last little stitch there. And we're gonna chain another 100. So I just chained 3 and I'm gonna keep going until I have 100. I'll meet you back here. We're going to be skipping this first chain. And we're gonna go into the next and slip stitch. That is yarn over, pull up a loop, and pull it through the loop you have on your hook. So we're gonna turn for 99 chains with slip stitches. And I will meet you here. But first we're going to chain 1. Then we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to continue slip stitching in the chain and do this until the end of the chain. Here I am at the end of my row. And I'm doing my last slip stitch. I'm going to cut my yarn. Those of you who are already here for a while know that I love my square knot. And I'm going to give my left yarn on my left hand and my right yarn on my right hand. Put the left over the right, bring it underneath and on top of the right one, and pull tight. Now I'm going to take my right yarn and put it over my left and do the same thing. Underneath, on top, and whoa, sorry, and pull really tight, and then cut my yarn as close to the knot as I can. Don't worry, it will not go undone. We want the swing to be stronger, so we're going to chain 11. And now we're going to do a single crochet in the second chain from the hook and a single crochet in each chain until the end of the row. Now we're going to turn and do another row of 10 single crochets. And again, turn and straight into that stitch. We're gonna do another row of single crochets. And now we're going to turn over this way to reach this place. So we're just gonna do slip stitch, and slip stitch right there, chain one, and cut the yarn. And let's cut it longer so we can sew it. We have our swing here, and we're gonna have to sew this together with this one. And we're just gonna sew back and forth like that, going through both layers. Okay guys, and we don't need to cut this yarn, we can keep sewing the heart with it. And I'm just gonna come with this through the middle here, and I'm gonna catch a bit of the heart with it. And back. I'm gonna go back and forth until I have the heart sewn to the swing. Now let's go back here to sew the swing to the back as well. I'm not the best at sewing, you guys. I'm sure are gonna do a much better job than I'm doing right now. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the swing being sewn to the heart. I'm just gonna go through here and through the heart and up here. So right up here, and we're gonna get our swing, and the swing, make sure that this isn't twisting. And we're gonna bring it up here and put our needle through. And I have to have this in the same spot there. Okay, I brought the little yarn even higher. So right here in the second row. And I'm gonna bring this up here. Making sure I'm not twisting it and putting my yarn through it. All right. Okay, the little feet are in front. The little hands are behind the swing. And now I can go ahead and hide my little tails inside. And we can finish the project. This is so cute. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, comment, share, all that goodness, and get hooked on joy. Oh, and subscribe. Bye!